Hi, I'm Kyle,
Hi, I'm Jun.
and we're from POW Ideas. We're going to be showing you some things about the world today. We go way back to like college days, and that's kind of how we started working together as well. We started doing projects together. POW Ideas came about like a few years after that, when we both came back from overseas and we're like, okay, let's do something in KL.
We were both trained as architects, but we have kind of different interests too. Carl obviously with landscape, and me with light. I do a lot of light installation. So I think there's this interesting synergy between the artificial world and natural landscapes, which I think is very important in spaces in architecture.
I think for us, we're curious about where the design scene in Malaysia is going, where we can push what our ideas are, what our ideals are, with, what else can we come up with, what's next, what's fresh. So welcome to APW's Pocket Park. That was also one of our favorites just because it was one of both our strengths, lighting and landscape.
I just completed a light festival in Singapore and made this piece called Ball, inspired by lightning. And we thought, hey, it would be nice if we just start off with putting this piece of installation here as a public art piece so that everyone can really appreciate it. So this is Kaiju, a Japanese Thai restaurant. We're very inspired by the two different cultures, obviously with Thai colors, patterns, and also with Japanese minimalism. So the space is basically a reflection of these two different cultures. And if you can see above, we have this 30-meter long paper origami track that was inspired by this place being a former printing factory. So they're all hand folded, and apart from that, you can see that we use a lot of materials. Those are Japanese sake crates that were imported, and just flip it on its side and made it into stools.
This restaurant essentially serves good pizza, like really good pizzas, and part of the brief was to make it a little bit more sensual, a little bit more relaxed. We wanted to create this sort of sense of exclusiveness as well. So as you come in, you're kind of like surrounded by all these sort of black metal sort of structures that form a very architectural point of view of the space. So we like working with things that we find on site as well. And one of the things that used to be here was a conveyor belt that we use in the binding factory. So this is literally the structure that used to hold up the whole conveyor belt. Part of the top of it was upstairs, used on different table surfaces. You can climb all the way up and get your wines from the top if you're not that drunk. And this is MacB. So one day MacB comes up to us and he tells us, I have a proposition for you. I want you to design something. So what's that?
I need something like, not too vintage, but something like improvisation between the native and the American cowboy kind of stuff.
MacB is being a musician and also a barber at the same time. We really want to showcase that. So we designed this very compact space to be very flexible. These doors here can all be open, and he could actually perform when he's not cutting hair. He can actually perform and have the audiences gather around and use this as a stage for a performance.